There's not really such thing as a gaming switch. Now you do have some keyboards that are marketed with speed switches, but if you're using a switch like Speed Silvers or Speed Reds, you're not going to notice a difference between Robins, Blacks, U4T Bobas, Creams, Alpacas. It's all going to be about the preference of when you're pushing down keys, what you want it to feel like. Now I have played games with something like this heavy tactile, the U4T Bobas, and it is going to require more force to push down the key, as well as getting over the tactile bump fast is going to be all up to you if you want to work your fingers that much harder, versus going with a super light switch like the Mauve switches. But in my opinion, I would leave linears up to gaming and tactiles up for just typing and productivity. Just don't use clicky switches for gaming, because you will annoy your teammates and you will start annoying yourself, especially if the game requires a lot of movement. I'll be challenging my wife to a typing contest. So it's going to be a tech creator / keyboard enthusiast versus my wife that does a lot of typing at work. Let's see who's faster. So I'm going to let you go first, so go ahead and pick your poison. And she goes with the GMMK Pro with lubed Mauve switches. Ready, go. We've got 42 words per minute. Giving her credit, she does normally type on a Mac keyboard, so these are a little bit tougher to type on. I think I'm gonna go with the lubed Alpacas. Okay, she still beat me. My problem is I have to look at my fingers when I type. I can't stare at the screen and type because my brain won't let me, but I am practicing to get better. Good job. I've had this keyboard now for about 4 days, and it has honestly blew me away, but there are a few caveats. These right here are the stock goat stabilizers that come in the keyboard. I have no idea what they lubed it with, but it is like a super viscous oil versus like Crytox 205. And the entire stabilizer is coated in it, and it makes the stabilizer super sluggish. So I do recommend picking up some like Durock V2 screw-in stabilizers or any screw-in stabilizer you prefer, which brings me to my next point. Originally the plates would not work with aftermarket stabilizers because the tolerance was way too tight and you'd have to drill this out. But as they addressed on their Twitter, June 22nd, all plates will work with other stabilizers. So I ended up picking up a brass plate, and my Durock V2s do fit in there perfectly, no issues. Other than that, the form factor, gasket mount, lighting software, and just general appearance of this board with the little encoder knob is one of the best kits under $200 in my opinion. I just got this Gamma K TK68, and after about 5 minutes with it, this is probably one of the best budget boards that you can buy. So right off the bat, it's offered with XDA profile keycaps, which I'm a huge fan of XDA profile. Switch options, we got blues, reds, blacks, browns, clears, yellows, greens, and silvers. And this one does have silvers in it. And not only is it hot swap, it is 5-pin hot swap. First time using silvers, and they're not bad. Super nice thick keycaps as well. RGB as well as it is Bluetooth. And it's got some pretty good weight to it. Also has adjustable feet, but I kind of wish they could have put this branding on the side or maybe the back of the case and the stock stabilizers. Some of the best stocks that I've ever tried. It is a little bit hollow. In the next video, I'm gonna see how far I can push this board to possibly compete. Don't buy that, buy this instead. Part 3. Do not buy the 011 Dynamic. Buy the Corsair P4000X. The 011 Dynamic comes in at $160 with no fans and average airflow. The P4000X comes in at $134 and comes with 3 SP120 RGB fans. It still has a tempered front glass panel and a tempered side panel, as well as tons of room if you plan on water cooling. I feel that the minimal branding on this case and the white with the gray slate design is absolutely stunning. And if you're really seeking that high airflow, this front panel does come off, and they kept the design very minimal so you can run just this mesh panel on the front, and it does not look strange at all. If you enjoy gaming and tech content, make sure to consider dropping that like and dropping a follow, because I post 3 to 4 times a day covering all aspects of gaming and technology. See you guys on the next one.